What's going on, folks? Hope you're having a wonderful night or day. I'm joined by Doog. Today we're going to be talking about the imbuing system and Fractured Online. He's going to be telling us some more about how the system works and giving us a rundown of how the system works, ins and outs of it, that kind of thing. Doog, if you want to go ahead and take it over, we'll pass it right over to you.
Hi, sir. Thank you. Hello, Internet. Thanks for watching us. We're loving Fractured. One reason is it's so complicated, but we want to make this simple. I've got a picture up. Sir, maybe you can pull that. This is just an insight here into the imbuing table. But why on earth would you do this, sir? Does this make you like a bigger, better person? I think here we're going to make your illusionism better today. Wasn't that something you wanted to do on your stuff?
Definitely.
That's weird. What's that yellow thing in the middle there? That looks like a topaz or a gem. What's going on there?
Yeah,
I think we're gonna try this two ways, right? And you gotta make a list. There's so much to learn about imbuing in this game, but just to get you started, here's a recipe with 2 zombie brains and some lavender. And Jotuns are tough. Take a friend, right? You go kill some Jotuns up at the top for that blood that's up there, and then you can put a yellow gem or your gear into this table. Sir's going to show you this in a minute, and you can put illusionism proficiency tier 2 on your gear. Everyone look really closely at those dashes in the upper right hand corner. When you're using an imbuing table, you've got to find the right combination of parts on the left hand side to light up the recipe on the right hand side. Call a friend, call a Doog, call Sir. We'll help you out with recipes. We won't go into that today, but see the green dashes there, sir? Do you see those at the top? There's 2, 2, 2, and 2. That would be a tier 1 recipe.
Right on.
But if we line up all the blue dashes, see that going all the way around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 dashes are lit up. This is a qualified tier 2 imbuement, so it's double the effect. Tier 3 is really hard to do. Go ahead.
Real quick, can you tell me what the dashes would look like if it's a tier 1 versus a tier 2?
Sure, they're going to be the same color, but you're not going to have as many of them. And we've got an example of this in one of our tables that we'll take a look at, where you can see some of the different dashes in the different places. If you want a tier 2 imbuement, sir, you got to make sure all the blue dashes are filled in. See, it's green and the blue ones, and then it's going around in a clockwise fashion. It looks like illusionism here. This example has also filled out a pink. There's that pink or red, pinkish, fuchsia. Yeah, right. The fuchsia colored dashes are on your way to tier 3. You got to go all the way around the circle, though, for all 4 of these to make tier 3. Tier 3 imbues are really hard to craft, and you can do it. It's a really cool project, and do that on your really, really fancy, nice, like legendary class gear. So we're going to flip over, I think, from my screen to yours, sir. We've got a couple of tables loaded up here, everyone.
Okay, yes.
Welcome to Doog's workshop. But like I say, this is really painful. I think Sir might be able to walk away today with illusionism on a piece of gear, and illusionism is in his pocket, saved and ready for him, and maybe you'll show them the socketing table.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out.
So take it away there.
So what I've got right now is a table. It looks like it has a topaz in it right now, but I can go ahead, as Doog was able to give us some mats to use on our gear, I can go ahead and socket something else in there. I'm going to try my necklace, and what will happen is you're actually going to notice that when I put the gem in there versus the necklace, the right side will change, and that's because we recently discovered that gems can actually change the properties on the right side. So if you have the same amount of mats but you put a ruby in there, it's going to pop up with a completely different set of things, and it's not going to have anything because you need to use different resources, I would imagine, to get the same property with the ruby. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this foxtail necklace in here to start. We want to get the illusionism, but we also have restoration underneath this. Now, dude, could you tell me real quick?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Be careful, sir. You're about to trip and fall on your illusionism here.
Yeah.
This was that example I wanted to slow down and make sure and show you. The green dashes are lit for resto. Look at that third column, though, for resto. It's not lighting up the blue dashes.
Right.
Everyone, you gotta, what did we say in carpentry? Measure twice or thrice, right? And then cut once, right? Be very careful when you're in here. If you see that both rows are only a tier 1, and so this is not the case. you're going to have a 50-50 chance of getting illusionism or resto if that were the lights that were apparent today. Good news, sir. Because we've fully met the tier 1 requirement for resto, the game prefers the tier 2 solution. And so this is going to put illusionism on because you've met the tier 2. If you were not being careful here and you take a lavender out for a second, let's see what happens. I don't know if this is a good example.
Okay.
Don't press go. This is the mistake we don't want to make. Class, no. Whether you're going to get illusionism here or restoration, because this is 2 tier 1 fulfillments waiting for Sir to press the enchant button at the bottom. It's a little confusing at first. But if he puts the lavender back, then the tier 2 lights up. Oh, I love to see that. Tier 2 is good. Okay. Whew. We almost tripped and fell there. But this is good now for that pretty brand new foxtail necklace you've got. Sorry to interrupt you. I'd hated for you to mess your necklace up with who wants resto. Ooh.
No, I'm glad I'm glad you told us. No, so I'll go ahead and enchant this and then show people how this looks. So when I hit enchant, it'll tell me that you've enchanted the foxtail necklace with illusionism tier 2. So it did not use the resto tier 1. It went to illusionism tier 2, which is perfect for me because I'm actually planning to get that going for my build. And then if you put a gem in here, so the topaz, for example, that we had earlier, what we can do with this, as Doog explained to me, is this is more for if you want to, let's say you want to trade an imbue to your friend. So let's say you decide to gather all these different materials after you find out what you need for the proficiency you're looking for, or a property in general, and you put that on a gem. You can trade that to somebody, keep it in the storage for your guildies, or you can even sell it on the market. So what we can do here is if we hit enchant on this gem, this will put the illusionism tier 2 on it and give it that little yellow effect. Yeah. And as you can see in my inventory, we also have 2 rubies that have a pyromancy on it, because as we were testing earlier, Doog was able to put this proficiency on the gem. So we can trade this, we can sell this if we want to, or we can socket it onto our own gear, which I'll show you guys right after we're done with everything else. So what we can do now, Doog, did you have another example that you wanted to go for with gear? Or actually, let me go ahead. Sorry.
It's really cool, sir. There's different sort of classes of things you can put on the items in Fractured. This is another example of another proficiency on another necklace. Okay, same idea. Tier 2 at the top, but let's look behind us. Let's flip over in the workshop here too. So the table on the other side. This is for a weapon. You can do different things on gear, and you can do different things on weapons, right? We're seeing a completely different set of choices or properties on the right-hand side here because we've put a bow in there. This could be a sword. This could be a mage staff. But cooldown reduction is, hey, I can cast more spells, right? And again, we see that tier 2 is fulfilled. Tier 1 at the bottom, we're safe. If you wanted to put a mage staff in there, you could improve your cooldown reduction. But weapons have a different set of recipes, and you showed that subtlety there with one kind of gem. Let's try it. I don't know what this will do. Okay, a green gem. Boo.
Let me see if I got a diamond one. Ah, okay.
Whoops.
Oh, no.
I pulled it out right as you put it in there. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. So, okay. So that.
Whoa. This is a stat buff. Okay, we've just broken the internet, everyone. Folks have been saying they took intelligence and willpower is in, right? But intelligence is a primary. Don't tell anyone. This is fancy. I want to see if this works. Okay, would you like to have an extra point of int on that fancy new necklace?
Definitely.
Guess what? You can only put stat buffs on your necklace item.
Really?
And we don't have rings in the game yet. So, okay, internet, this is some news. for
So that's interesting. Just to kind of pivot a little bit.
Look.
So like I can't. I would be able to put cooldown reduction with these same materials.
But here, let take your necklace out. And I can't wait to go to the socketing table. We should run up there soon.
yeah, absolutely. I was also thinking though. Real quick, I want to show everybody what it looks like when you put this on your gear. So if I go back to this one with the illusionism, and I put my gloves in there, these legendary tier gloves that were crafted, I can put this illusionism on there, and then what will happen, this is what I wanted to explain. So if I go into my rank tab, you'll see that there's 3 blue little, I don't know what to call these, little boxes that are lit up and under my restoration, and these will increase the proficiency of it as if I had orbs in these sockets, which I'll explain the orb system a little bit later. It's basically how we progress our schools of magic and weapon trees to be more efficient. This is like one of the main tiers. This is one of the main ways of progressing your character in the game. But right now I only have 2 illusion pips, and if I go ahead and enchant this piece of gear and then put it back on, it's going to go up to about 4.
Ooh, that's like a 20% improvement in your illusionism.
Yeah. So this is exactly what we're going to be doing early game, especially until you're able to get more orbs through grinding, because it can take a while to get them. They can be pretty rare. So early on, proficiency through these imbues is probably going to be the main way that you get them.
And sir, I think I saw you might have an illusionism spell on your hotbar. You hover over that and hold your left alt key down.
Yeah, that's absolutely. So if I hold my left alt key down, it'll tell me. Well, actually, what can you explain to me what this does, Duke?
You showed everyone the proficiencies. They go up to 10, right? So while you're holding down alt, you see a range that improves based upon your proficiency. So divide that range up into 10 parts, and you'll see what each proficiency level gives you in that spell that's on your bar right now.
Okay. So there's a proficient parentheses at the end that says 504, because it says plus 40%, 300 to 450, and then 504. So that's what it is with the orbs and proficiencies on there.
Yes, that's the current effect of your proficiencies and everything else on your character. And the alt key shows you what it could be, your potential, the low end, the high end.
Gotcha.
And divide by 10, and you can choose how many proficiency levels you want. But you got to get to rank 50, which is playing a couple weeks of Fractured Online, which is kind of fun. If you want to see all 10 of those potential levels lit up for you or available for you. They're unlocked until you get through different ranks. Like level, is it around 14 or 16? You can do one. In your 20s, you can do a couple. You got to get all the way to rank 50 there to be able to use all 10 of them.
And just a quick tip. Oh, sorry. And just a quick tip as well. When you go to like level 4, when it comes to orbs, you will past that point need 2 to progress further. So like going from level 4 to 5, like if I hit resto, it'll say I need 2 orbs of restoration instead of 1. Whereas illusionism, even though I have these 4 pips lit up from the imbues, it only counts me as level 0 currently. So it only take 1 orb of illusionism. That's something to keep in mind as well. And then I believe at some point, like when we get to like 6 or 7, it's going to go up to 3. What it's going to cost.
That's right.
Gotcha.
It's about 31, 32 orbs to get all 10 of those ranks or proficiency levels, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of grinding.
A lot of orbs. And this is great. Fracture didn't always do this. Now, proficiencies, here in the workshop, we're extending our orbs. So if you got 1 orb and 2 or 4 points in proficiencies on your gear, you're going to go to 5.
Definitely.
You asked earlier, why the heck do you do all this stuff? It's complicated. To be a stronger character is why. To get more illusionism, to get more pyromancy, to be a better healer. We're improving our characters by investing our time here at the bench, and this is really kind of cool. It's kind of geeky, but you get to really run around and explore the world a ton, gather a ton of materials, and then do a little science back at your workshop at your house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go look at that socketing station. We didn't think this is a live test, everyone. I don't know.
Yeah.
We discovered a recipe here in your video, sir.
Yeah, I'm down. While we're traveling, a couple of things I think we wanted to discuss was when you're looking at this imbue system, it's not going to be the same for everybody as far as like the materials you need to gather. A good resource that you can use to figure out what you need for the character that you're building is a website called Fractured Base. They have an imbue calculator, and I've looked at it previously, or I've looked at it just now, and all you need to really do is put in the type of imbue that you're looking for, like cooldown reduction, if you're looking for strength stat, dex, that kind of thing, and then it'll tell you the resources that you'll need to input into the imbue table to get that imbue put onto your gear. But keep in mind though, like I said, if you put a gem in there, it might be completely different. Not sure if that's new or not, but it does appear to be something that will cause you to potentially get a little confused if you didn't know that beforehand.
I'm disappointed. They said they took intelligence and strength, dexterity, con, perception, wisdom out of the game. And it looks like the socketing table is not letting us put intelligence on the jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
That used to be how it worked, right? And I guess I could try and sell this on the marketplace. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
And this has been in Fractured before, and the game's evolving, right? We're always improving the games we play, and the developers do a lot of work. I think to keep things balanced, they're not allowing us to go to 24 or 25 on our character sheet with our abilities anymore because it really became an OP scenario in the past. So I think I understand why that's not working here at the socketing table. However, your socket with Pyro or your socket with Illusionism, I completely expect those to work correctly against a piece of gear. And if you want to try that, I've got some spare gear.
Against not the necklace, but like other pieces of gear, is what you're saying?
Pyro proficiency, or all the proficiencies will go against either a necklace or a piece of armor.
Well, let me see, because
that armor cannot have another proficiency in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
The imbuement system only lets you pick from the proficiencies. One proficiency, tier 1 or tier 2, can be on a piece of armor. So choose wisely when you think about the proficiencies. You've got 5 slots, and maybe the shield would be another place where you could put a proficiency. So hint, hint.
Although I've heard that, I remember hearing that if you have it on your shield, that it needs to be equipped. I think that was what I heard about.
That's true. Right. See that shield in the socketing table, or do you need me to trade it to you? This might be an instanced table. You see the shield that's in there?
I don't.
Okay, so but shield if you want to see what the option looks like.
Yeah. Let me check this out. Because I'm gonna do it on my boots as well. I got
oh, good. Slot for you have a slot open. Sure.
Yeah, let me try it on my boots. So this will be what happens when we put it on the boots here. It's got 2 empty slots. If I grab this topaz, which has illusionism, I can hit socket gem. And then boom. And then now it's got illusionism proficiency. Yep, it worked. It's perfect. But it doesn't show me the number of it like it does for restoration. It just says, I don't know if this is bugged.
Yeah, I think the display for illusionism is bugged.
Oh, okay. That's what it is then.
Yeah. We definitely use a tier 2 recipe. We had all the pips lined up. And that if you were to make a tier 1 and tier 2 and compare them, one of the twice as effective. So
yeah, this does light up 2 pips. So that's good then.
Yeah. That's a little bug we can report to the dev. Yep.
Okay. I think that's the gist of it. I can't think of anything else that people would need to know as like a beginner's introduction. Like there is a lot of detail to the imbuing system, like you mentioned, but I think this is a good baseline. What do you think, dude?
A little tip is you can go to the marketplace in Fractured and even search reagents by, let's say, let's say you're trying to whip up a recipe and it needs soul or order or mind. Well, you can search the marketplace for soul reagents for sale all across the world. You got to run to that marketplace to go buy it.
Go check that out.
You can use the marketplace to see what's out there for sale if you don't know where to find Mandrake.
That's
or whatever it is you need.
That reminds me as well. Like as a last thing, if you guys are not really wanting to go out and gather all this stuff, or like you maybe want to get a different, get another way to get this passively, you can also put buy orders up of the different materials that you need for imbues. Yeah, like because like that's what I do for crafting. I will just I'll put up the buy orders, and I'll even say in trade chat that, hey, I'm buying this, this, and that, and then people might come over from the other planet or on this planet, and they might actually sell you some of that stuff, so it's a little bit easier. You don't have to go out and farm it. But okay, I see what you're saying, dude. Looking at the marketplace, you can actually filter this by the different regions.
Hey, sir, check out the category gems imbued. Awesome. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, actually, so now that because if you go into the actual marketplace, it does show up. But if you're on the find menu, the find/buy item, it won't show up on that side.
Yes, yeah, and imbued find diamond for 1,200 is theirs. Yeah.
Okay, so that works. Yeah, I think that's. Go ahead.
And it does show intelligence. So this is a bad dude, right? Don't go selling fake gems and stuff that doesn't work. Charisma. Oh, it's not in charisma. It used to be in the game. If you press C for your character sheet and look at the primary stats at the top: strength, dexterity, intelligence, constitution, perception, wisdom. A lot of little details here. Sorry, everyone, but those are no longer available for jewelry. So please don't get excited and go try and do this. You're going to be wasting some materials. But all the other imbues that you can put on a gem, and different gems accept different things, will let you go to the marketplace, go to your friends, go to your guild, and give everyone restoration that needs it, and very, very quickly let them put it on their gear. Because, sir, there wasn't a fee to put it on your gear, right? That was free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Last little tip, something I found today. I bumped into this while we were getting ready to share these thoughts with everyone. Was you used to have to pay to combine gems. Now you need to combine more gems than you used to. It's 5 instead of 4, but when you combine them, there's no money involved.
And I did not notice, but yeah, the ability to filter the regions based off of their aspect is incredible, because not only for imbuing but for crafting, you could totally utilize this and make it a whole lot easier to figure out what's what, or what you can.
On a full weekend, there could be tens of thousands of items for sale, right? So you filter down to that body or death or destroy, or knowledge is used in so many places. And I'm looking right now, there's plenty of stuff that gives knowledge. And then you don't have to run around and kill everything on the map just to be able to put a tier 1 imbue on your gear. Bring 500, 600, 800 coins over to the marketplace and ask for help with recipes, and we'll get you hooked up with there's tier 1 imbues for your starter gear, tier 2 imbues for your fancy gear.
Sounds like a plan. I think that's everything, though. I think we covered it pretty well. Do you have any lasting thoughts, dude, that you think might be helpful to know?
Sir, thank you. We appreciate your presence here in Fractured, and it's been a pleasure hanging out, gaming, and wish you and your community all the best.
I appreciate it, man. It's been a blast playing in Iron Bank. If you guys don't have a guild, make sure to check out Iron Bank. We live in the city of Bravos, southwest side of Aran. I think, how do you pronounce that? Is it Aran or Aran? I think it's
Aran, maybe. Yeah, on the big land of Syndesia, the continent of Aran. The city of Bravos has been in this game for 4 years.
Absolutely. Great group of people. Extremely helpful. Could not recommend them enough. If you need the link to the Discord, it'll be in the description. Highly recommend joining that first so you guys can make a ticket. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again, Doog, for joining us. It's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.